Welcome back.
Welcome back
to another episode of the Buffalo Hat Bear. Mike, what's up?
Addie, thank you for your logo. Queen City Creative Works. We're getting sponsors right out of the way.
Hell yeah. Love that.
Queen City Creative Works, thank you for your continued partnership / sponsorship. Etsy shop on roids. Buy personalized Buffalo Happy Hour merchandise. They can ship it right to your door. And we'll just keep rocking.
In-house wine sommelier, Addie's part, what?
Nailed it. All right.
This is our 4th episode today. We just had some chicken fingers and pizza, so if we passed out, it's okay. We probably died. It's all good, though. We'll still post because the podcast lives on, bro.
Correct. Yes, it does.
Have you ever ate something and then right after you're like, I think this is it?
Well, not that, but I was like, this is where I become bulimic. Yeah. Where I just I ate it. Great. Now I just want to get it out because I feel terrible.
Have you ever thought you were dying after you ate something?
No, not dying.
No?
But just wanted to throw up and get it out. Hashtag bulimia.
Are they closed?
No.
No.
You're fine.
Blech.
So, dive into useless fact really quick. And then we'll talk about the episode topic, which has nothing to do with the useless fact. In 1875, a swarm of 12.5 trillion Rocky Mountain locusts covered 198,000 square miles, weighing 27.5 million tons, descended upon the Great Plains, devouring all plant life in their path, and then farmers that tried to shoo them away had the clothes eaten right off of their bodies. You learned about this in school, correct?
I don't know. What do you mean?
The 1875 locust swarm that took over the Great Plains. You didn't learn about that in school?
I mean, I might have,
Like
but
K
why would
through
that
12?
still be in my mind right now?
Well, when I read the useless fact, I was like, oh, yeah, I know about that.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't ring a bell.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe my teacher was just above and beyond. But, yeah, we learned about it. It was like a thing. So, locust swarm took over the Great Plains and just murked all things life.
Okay, so let me put a scenario out there for you. You're a farmer. You're used to the random crow coming in, so you put in a scarecrow. You're like, I'm going to shoo these crows away, right? You have 20 million tons of locusts come at you. Why are you trying to shoo them away?
The stones on these farmers,
That's
bro.
what I'm saying. Like,
You're
at
out
what
there?
point?
Shh. Shh.
Yeah. At what point are you like, this is a losing battle? Like, I came out here with the shirt on. I don't have a shirt anymore.
That's when you realize you're naked. Like, the swarm just ate
shoo. There's billions of them.
100%. 27.5 million tons. That's a lot of weight. 12.5 trillion locusts. Now, here's the better question. Who quantified that?
Yeah.
Who sat there and was like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Are you kidding me? How do you know? How do you know that there were 12 trillion?
Can you imagine, like, you being the one locust in Australia and you're like, I missed the party, dude. Like, I have fear of missing out now because I am the one locust left on Earth that's not participating in this little swindig.
Do they have a yearbook?
I think so. And they're like, Randy didn't show up.
Yeah, is there a locust yearbook where they're like, hey, I was there. I was there for the great event.
Class of Great Plains, bro.
Yeah, right?
How many other locusts are there? Like, if you had to quantify the number of ants in the world, how many tons of ants do you think are in the world? If that's Picasso's Pizza's coming back up. If you had to that's 27 trillion tons? No, 27 billion tons?
No, 27 million.
27 million tons. Okay, how many tons?
12.5 trillion total locusts.
How many tons of ants do you think there are in the world?
I don't know. Do ants cover 198,000 square miles?
Do ants weigh more or less than a locust? I'm assuming less, right?
How many ants?
If there's an answer to this on Google, we need a new plague. Like,
There
if
is.
somebody's already quantified this,
20 quadrillion. Estimated.
how do you estimate that?
How many ants are in the world? I think Trump wrote this. Think millions of billions. Like, scientists estimate there are 20 quadrillion ants on Earth. That's 20 million billion. as of June 23rd, 2023. How? How do you quantify these?
First of all, can we talk about how recent this study is? Why is this done? Is this like an annual exercise?
How do you quantify total ants?
I'm sure it's basically you take a sample size of an acre and you count all that and then you figure out how many acres there are in the world.
They've done some math. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Come on. Okay. Let's see. Reddit has an answer. NPR has an answer.
NPR has an answer to this?
Yeah, well, their article states that for every human on Earth, there's an estimated to be about 2.5 million ants.
That is so disconcerting, dude. Ants could take over the world.
Oh, yeah. So,
You drop a crumb and there's a whole army there.
the Lincoln Index method in relation to the colony size of Formica polycenta. This is... No. It's a calculation, and it's a secret Krabby Patty formula. And I swear, there's letters in there, I'm out. They added triangles, like, ooh, it's delta. Like, relax. Like, you can't...
All right, so there's 12.7 million.
Are you
You
talking
said?
useless fact?
Yeah.
27.5 million tons.
But how many locusts?
12.5 trillion.
So doing your phone 200 quadrillion divided by 12.7 trillion. Do you even know how many zeros that is?
No, you would have to type that into Google, and then hopefully they have a website with a calculator big enough to do
you
that.
Can do that. You can do that on your regular phone. You just got to type in 0.000000000.
Well, that's the problem. It's too many zeros.
Is
Even
it?
if you turn your phone landscape instead of portrait.
12.7 trillion. So that's
No, 12 and a half.
12.7, right?
No, 12.5 trillion.
12.5 trillion.
Yeah. What are you trying to do?
5000. Okay. 00.
So
So that's
12.5
million.
12.5 trillion
That's billion.
divided
That's trillion.
by...
No, you gotta do the other way around. Don't worry, I got you. So 200. What is it? 200 quadrillion. Jesus Christ.
What are you
1,
trying to
2,
search
3,
right now?
1, 2, 3.
It's 20
200
quadrillion.
billion.
It's 20 quadrillion. Are you trying to see how many
200
zeros it is?
billion, 200 trillion. No, can't enter more than 15 digits. My phone is like, bro, I can't do this math, so we're not going to do it.
Yeah.
No, type in Google,
Yeah.
do 200 quadrillion.
It's 20 quadrillion.
20 quadrillion? Okay,
Yeah.
so 20 quadrillion
Yeah.
divided by 12.5 trillion. I want to see how many ants there are per locust.
12.5 trillion.
Yeah.
1,600.
Okay, so now do 1,600 times... No, are we doing... We need Flipsky here. He already knows the answer.
1,600 times what?
Yeah, what's the tons?
The tons is 27.5 million.
So 27.5 million tons.
It's 44. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So billion. So 44 billion.
So 44 billion tons of ants if there's a 1-to-1 ratio between ants and locust weight. At what point does our Earth start sinking?
Yo, New York City's sinking.
Is it?
Yeah, from the weight of the skyscrapers.
Really?
Yeah. New study showed New York City is sinking, bro. Which means those skyscrapers need, like, helical or push piers. They need push piers. They need push piers.
So if New York City's gone, Buffalo gets more funding.
You said that with a face from David of Schitt's Creek. If New York City's gone, we just get our money back. Is
Oh,
basically
yeah.
what happens.
I'll take that refund.
We can build a second Bill Stadium in downtown for no reason. There can be one in Orchard Park and Buffalo, and we'll
There you
settle the
go.
debate.
So there's... Okay,
We still
How
haven't
much-
gotten to our actual episode.
That's fine.
Reason.
how much weight would it take for the Earth to change orbit? I feel like there has to be some sort of
Your sober thoughts
calculation.
are everyone else's high thoughts.
There has to be a weight. Like, okay, what if there was a lot of people on like the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere was all like fit people? Would that change the rotation of the Earth? It would have to. Think of a bowling ball, you know?
Can Earth become too heavy?
I don't know who gave us a podcast.
If the hypothetical super Earth were even bigger, say 10 times its current mass, dramatic changes could start happening in Earth's interior. The core and liquid mantle would also be 10 times larger. And no, that's not what I'm looking for. What would happen when Earth got too heavy? Can Earth hold infinite weight?
There you go.
If it has infinite weight, then it would have infinite mass, and thus would collapse into a black hole. So no, Earth cannot support infinite weight.
So how many skyscrapers is too many skyscrapers?
Because the thing about overpopulation is not about weight, it's about resource allocation.
Right. But there has to be a point where you just put too much weight on Earth that it messes something up. Just from an overall, like, theoretical perspective, there has to be a point where we're just too heavy. Not as a not as population, but as the Earth, like everything on Earth. Like how much more cement can you put on Earth before it starts being thrown out of orbit? And now we're like 30 seconds behind rotation instead of 4 seconds. There has to be an answer for that. Let's get Neil on.
I'm literally trying to search ways to figure out the answer. I'm checking, can human weight harm Earth orbit?
It would be stupid for nobody to have asked that question before. I think it's just we're too stupid to find the answer.
100%. I can't keep searching because nothing's coming up. All right, I'll touch on the New York City piece quickly.
Oh, God. You know how dumb you have to be to not even know how to search for the answer of a question that's been asked before?
The problem is we're also sober. Okay. With more than 1 million buildings and weighing nearly 1.7 trillion pounds, New York City is sinking under the weight of its skyscrapers. A new study suggests it's dropping as much as 1 to 2 millimeters per year. Not a lot, but it's happening.
That's like the whole North Carolina situation we talked about with climate change.
I know. Right now it weighs 1.7 trillion.
And how much do the locusts weigh?
27.5 million tons. So Manhattan is heavier than the locusts. Makes sense.
But probably not heavier than the ants. What if we put all the ants in New York City? Do you think we can get rid of it? How many mice are there in New York City? That's got to be a study done. And how much do they weigh compared to locusts? What's your guess? How many mice there are? Or rats? Rats are inside, mice are outside. But if you let a rat inside, does it become a mice?
It's uncountable. It's literally what Google says. It's uncountable. But they have a number for rats. They have a number for rats.
Would you Google mice?
I said, how many mice are in New York City? New York City is the second highest rodent population of any other city in the United States. Well, yeah, Democrats live there. I'm just kidding. With an estimated 2 million rats and uncountable mice, it is no wonder why people are so concerned about their homes being invaded. Woof. All right. Well, anyways, we want
rats
down that
are inside,
hole.
mice are outside, right? That's what scary movies taught me.
I don't know, dude.
How come you ain't gonna see a mice outside? That's because it's a rat, fool. Damn! You just made a fact right there. Love that movie. Great movie. I'm
What
getting
movie?
canceled. Scary Movie 3
Oh,
with
all right.
Kevin Hart and what's his face. Great movie.
So, Buffalo Happy Hour LLC.
Also a rat.
We've been doing this for a little bit of time. Give or take 3 years.
3.5 years. We started. Our first upload was October 2nd, 2019. But we didn't form into an entity until when?
It has to be 2020. This is how bad we are at business. But it has to be 2020. Well, slightly before 2020. Pre-pandemic. We'll round it out there. It was before March 2020.
I'm looking it up right now.
Look up Articles of Confederation.
Why did this go to Cincinnati? Hello? November 6th, 2020. That's when we started. That's when we formed our LLC.
Yeah, pre-pandemic.
No. And pandemic started
March.
March of 2020.
Yeah.
This was November 2020. Bless you.
Thank you. Okay. I thought we did it before.
No. Anyway, what's your point?
So give or take 3 years.
Take.
Okay. I'm going to read this and we can discuss it.
Okay.
I just threw up inside of a notepad.
Love it.
Checking numbers and not caring anymore because we got our lane. A coworker was talking to me and saying that we should have celebs on or whatever, and I just reminded them of our mission statement. There's enough ears for everyone in this space as a podcast. I would rather enjoy this ride with our core audience that ride with us. We're never stopping anyways, so who cares about views and algorithms? The conversations we have on our show are real and authentic. We joke all the time, we never post edit. Remembering the pureness of the conversation we have with people is what matters. I personally reached a point after 3.5 years of we know we're here to stay, we have our fans, our wives support us, our family supports us, so who cares about the rest? This is something for us that we get to do that gives us an escape.
I feel like that was something that you would read after you had to bring the podium out because of a sexual assault allegation just came up about Mike Kelly.
I continue. So the business end now is a different story. Our podcast is our podcast, meaning weekly episodes. Our business, though, where we produce, that's the next step for us. That's where we grow and take it to the next level. With commercials, producing podcasts, product showcasing, that's how we make money. Our vision has a direction with the business, which is key. The thing that I want us to remember, specifically you,
Wow, rude.
co-founder, 50%, what's up?
What's up?
We did this to see each other. I do this to spend time with you. You're one of my closest friends. We're boys and we talk every day. We laugh. We have an amazing friendship that was immediate. We get caught up in the rat race sometimes, but we did this whole damn thing for us just to see each other. So after 3.5 years, what does the brand mean to you? Do you still check numbers and analytics, which we know the answer, but we can dive into it if you want. But then what else does this entity mean to you? Because that's what it means to me.
Damn. I don't know if you were proposing to me or if you were quitting.
You've already said yes to my proposal.
So I think this answer is going to surprise you a little bit.
You're divorcing?
Yep.
You want to move on?
Yep. No, I don't check analytics anymore.
Oh, come on.
I'm serious. I'll look like just really quickly to see how something's doing. But previously, when he first started, I was all about the analytics.
Bro,
I mean,
you lived in it.
Dude, I lived in it. I was looking at trends. I was looking at all that shit. And then shorts came along. And shorts either do fine or they do okay. Shorts really never do bad. And since that happened, I'm just like, all right, whatever. If this gets more than 1,000 views, great. If it doesn't, there's going to be another short going up tomorrow. And right now, especially with the BHH, like this channel that you're all watching it on right now, I've like said with this, we have so much content in our library just going. We have like almost, I think, 900 videos, right? Like we have a ton of content. We have enough content there where there will never be a day where someone is not watching our stuff, which is wild to me. Every time I look, like I won't look at stuff often, but every so often, maybe like every week or every 2 weeks, I'll look just to see what the analytics are showing for the last 48 hours. I have never seen nothing. Every single day, honestly, we have anywhere between 200 to 700 views every previous 48 hours, which basically means there's never an hour where someone isn't watching our stuff somewhere.
That's so weird.
Think about that, dude. That's crazy.
That's so weird.
I don't know if I like that.
Leave us alone.
Yeah. Whether it's one person or whether it's hundreds, there is never an hour where someone is not watching our stuff, which just makes me kind of feel weird. But also it makes me not care about analytics anymore, because I'm we've put up so much content that I don't need to be in the weeds with this channel anymore for us to say we have to do this, we have to do that. Sure, every week or every month I'll look at trend lines just to make sure that we're kind of headed in the right direction. We talked previously about the third man syndrome that is exploding right now. So I'll look at it just to see what direction people like to see from our channel and see if we can change things and maybe dive a little bit more deeper into a certain topic that people want to hear from us. But all in all, I'm not looking at things. And to me, that just speaks to that we've developed this thing into something that we're finally comfortable with, that we don't really care what anyone else thinks, which is cool. I'll talk about whatever. I'll start swearing. I don't care, because it's just our thing now.
So what else does the brand mean to you after 3.5 years of existence?
I think the brand in general is a perfect representation of who you and I are as people.
Unorganized chaos?
Yes. Because...
But it's a circle, so it rounds itself back out eventually?
Because we, like you said, we started this just to talk more, and we talk a lot, but there is still an aspect of us as business people. And knowing that we wouldn't stop has forced us to eventually make money, even though we've tried so hard not to. We're I don't want this to be profitable at all. It has really made us closer, but really put our personality into this business, which I think is what's helping it.
Oh, for sure. I feel like people want us to, whether it's teach a whiskey class or produce something, because they want our hand on it. Mm-hmm. And
I will say what this brand means to me, though. This is going to sound super cliche, but it's everything. I mean, we have put so much time and effort into building this thing that, God forbid, something happens with both of our jobs where neither of us can work anymore. You and I would go so balls deep into this podcast.
Pause.
We would, hell yeah. We would make this successful if we put all of our time into it, because this is our life.
That's also who we are as people, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. The fact that people want to work with us is really insane, but it's because they trust us, they know what we're actually about, and we've been around long enough there's a big enough sample size where people know if it wasn't authentic, it would have been shown by now.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing we always say. We're like, dude, we don't know what we're doing. We're just trying to do something that's fun, cool, and exciting for us, and we just want to help other people. And we're going to figure it out somehow, and if we get paid, okay, one, really? Are you sure? And then two, it's okay, another business just wrote us a check, so does that make us a business now? And then where do we put it?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's still 1,000% imposter syndrome, but it's addicting.
And it's genuine imposter syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to work with somebody that is so cocky and full of themselves that they think that they can tell me what to do. Whereas you,
no, I'm too stupid to do that.
Right. So flipping that around, if I'm a business and I'm coming to somebody like us to help us out, if you and I approached it of we could totally do this for you, we're the best for the job. It's all right, guy, really? You're really the best for the job? You don't even know what we're asking for you yet, and you're saying you're the best? You and I, our approach to everything is we'll help if we can, just let us know what you want us to do. We're just so, please let us help you, that I think that's attractive to people.
I think it's refreshing.
Yeah.
it's an unbelievably down-to-earth approach to running a business that nobody realized that it's even feasible. But I think that's the benefit of starting something in marketing because you can just do whatever you want anyways. So we just took the approach of, I don't know, what's natural to us because we don't know anything. We're too naive. And then we're just trying to figure it out. I feel like the most successful businesses and brands have that in common. Just as adorable innocence to the real world. And it's like, well, I'll just keep working. And then we just don't stop.
Yeah. The only thing that kind of concerns me in the future is the continuity of this right here. You and I sitting across the couch from each other, across from these seats from each other, and continuing this weekly 30-minute podcast. I think that is going to be our hardest hurdle to navigate. We've done a great job with adjusting. Like, anyone who's been watching our content for a while, we've been consistently doing every single Monday for an hour. Now we've changed it to where it's every single Monday for a half hour. And now we're changing it kind of again where this is the fourth one we're doing today because we know that we don't have time. We don't have a lot of time for this. So going forward, not in the immediate future, but a couple months down the road, maybe middle of next year, it's going to be very hard for us to find the time to sit down like this and continue talking, being a two-person crew that we still are. That's the only thing that I'm concerned about. Because there's so many other things that we do that help business. Like, again, this goes to the fact that we're not selfish people. We would rather help a business with marketing, with an interview, with producing their podcast, with whatever, helping them grow, rather than you and I take some time to ourselves and sit here for each other. Like, that's just who we are as people. So I don't know what that means in 6 months, a year, but this is the thing that I see us leaving first, or at least changing first, rather than changing anything else. Picasso's coming up, bro.
You need some Tums?
No. But what are your thoughts on that?
I think we're beyond 30 minutes. I don't know. I think we're fine. We're going to live closer to each other.
True.
So pumped, dude. God willing, right? So that'll help. But I just think we're going to force time. We're going to miss it. We're going to miss a weekly episode.
100%. But I would see it then being like, all right, we'll do a half hour every 2 weeks.
From an upload schedule standpoint, so the upload schedule will change, but I don't think it's ever going to go away.
No, I don't think it'll fully go away.
No, because we'll just batch record it like we do now.
Yeah. So even at the most extreme example, where you and I get to a point, hypothetically speaking, if we build this to something where it's a household name, just hypothetically speaking, Barstool, right? We would then have people helping us to where it would free us up time to do this. So I think it's more of a it's a issue that can come around soon, but it won't be long lasting. It'll be more temporary, because if it does come around soon, that means we're way too busy to do it, which means you and I will create efficiency somewhere else by either bringing someone else on to help or doing things more efficiently to free this time up again. So I can see it being constricted, and then we'll free up time again.
The crazy thing for me, dude, is we don't even have 1,000 subscribers yet.
Yeah, no.
But we have, what was that number? 698 videos uploaded.
That's less than for some reason I thought it was 900, but I could be, I was wrong. Yeah, I mean, that just goes to show you that people don't really subscribe anymore. I mean, I hate, you just asked when the last time I looked at analytics was, and I'm going to look at them right now just because I'm interested to see from an audience standpoint our...
also, I would love to have a staff to help set up.
Right. So watch time from subscribers within the past 28 days. This tells you everything you need to know. 9.5% of people who watch our content are subscribed. 9.5%. 90.6% are not subscribed. So it's just, people just don't subscribe. And that's fine. I don't care, because even if we did reach 1,000 subscribers, YouTube's not paying us a lot. So we're making better business decisions because we're not focused, which I think is kind of what this whole episode's about. We're making significantly better business decisions because we're not focused on solely growing YouTube. We're focused on solely growing the Buffalo Happy Hour brand outside of YouTube, which I think is just speaks again to us.
It was organic.
Yeah. didn't have that camera on me at all. It's fine. It's whatever.
You can fix it post
We
editing.
need somebody to help.
You can fix it post
If
editing.
anybody wants to donate their time, you're more than welcome to.
It was organic,
Yeah.
and I don't know, like, you don't realize that happened until you look back, which is insane. But it's again because we just kept saying yes.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, we're like, yeah, we'll do that, and then all of a sudden that was it. That was the bridge of the gap.
You know what's funny to me, and this kind of goes more about the second channel that we started because we wanted to break out the whiskey reviews. I remember being told by somebody that I won't name to never bash a whiskey because then companies won't want to work with you. Like, don't ever be honest about a whiskey review and always give it like a high rating because then companies won't want to work with you. Dude, since we started that whiskey channel, there have been more companies that have sent us stuff for us to review, and we throw in our email, our ethics statement saying we're not obligated to give this a good rating. They're like, oh, no worries. Go. Yeah, here, we'll send you some stuff. There have been more people now than there ever has been because we're honest.
Well, good. I got to keep drinking. I'm running low in my house.
We have 2 that we have to do today right now.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, I don't care. I'm not sending this for you to give it a good rating. I want to know your opinion on it. And again, that just speaks to us that we're not going to fill any corporate business's narrative or be someone's extension of their marketing department. Like, if you want to work with us, just let us know. We'll be genuine about it, but we're not going to lie to people about it. Weird.
I'm excited. Let's start drinking.
Thank you, everybody. If you liked today's episode, please leave us a comment down below. We are the Buffalo Happy Hour. If you want to check out our other channel, Whiskey Talk with BHH, that is also on YouTube, where we review whiskey and do whiskey classes and do whiskey education episodes. So go over there, check that out. You can find us on all social media at the official Buffalo Happy Hour on Instagram, Buffalo Happy Hour on Facebook, and just come along for the ride because we are a good time. At least we like to think so. You can also support the podcast by patreon.com/Buffalo Happy Hour. Mike is dedicating the rest of his life, and he will give up his newborn for anybody who helps us out with Patreon because we need. Mike is going to be handling all Patreon stuff, and if you want a slice of the little heaven that he's putting together over there at patreon.com/Buffalo Happy Hour, go over and sign up. It's just $3 a month. It's basically the cost of a cup of coffee a month.
Wow, got that?
Struggle. Picasso's coming back up.
Cost of a cup of coffee a month.
That's not that bad. So, go check it out. We really appreciate you all. Please remember to always drink responsibly. Be a good person. Hey, Michael.
Do not litil.
We're out.